Welcome everyone, this is Real Rap and we're the Reynolds. I mean, it's the whole gang here. So, we've been asked by a lot of people in the comments and in messages, questions directed towards everyone except for me, because I'm always answering questions, but instead of just answering back to those, we thought we would do like a little question and answer section, and everyone can just kind of answer for themselves. So, these are your questions that you've sent to us that we will answer now. Number one, for the kids, does your dad act like a teacher at home?
No.
What do teachers act like at home, do you think? Other teachers.
Do this, do that.
Okay. They have German accents also?
Do this, do that.
Alright, so the question is for you.
Oh.
Are you a teacher? Do you work? And those are your two questions.
I am not a teacher. I do work. I stayed home for the first 8 or 9 years with the kids when they were little, and then I decided to go back to school, and I got my CNA license, and so now I do private home care with patients.
It's the not so secret wife.
Must be all sheer because she's at work.
And it says, this is from Miriam Fernandez, says, to your little princess, how old is she?
7.
Brody is turning 10. They said, happy birthday, or Feliz Cumpleaños, or something. Something like
Thank you.
that.
Feliz cumpleaños, feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Oh my god, cut that!
We'll be
Cut
right
that
back.
out! Top.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I heard you say before that you went through a stage in life when you wanted to be a priest. Does your religion have an effect on how you teach? That's from Raya Weaver. Raya, the fact that I teach has everything to do with my religion. I feel like it's more of a mission than it is a job. And so that's how I got into teaching. It's my way of serving. Bear Hugs asked, I would personally like to know what your dog's
favorite hair or fur product is.
Does our dog have any favorite hair or fur products?
Anything that is non-smelly and non-itchy, because he has very bad allergies.
He has allergies. If you get a dog, you don't think that's going to be one of the problems that they're going to have is allergies, but you know, he does. Next question is, Zoe Guzman asked, what YouTubers do you enjoy watching? Brody, who are your favorite YouTubers?
Good question.
I have Skylander Dad. Sometimes I used to watch Dantium, Stampy Cat, my dad. Soon my YouTube channel, The Funky Bus, and last but not least, EverTube.
Alright, good. Mar, who are your favorite YouTubers?
Oh wait.
Oh, wait, hold on.
And I have
Rewind that back.
Pat.
Pat and Jen, they're good. Mar, who are your favorite YouTubers?
Sis versus Bro, and another one I forget their name. It's something OMG.
What about Cookie Swirl C?
Oh yeah, Cookies for Sis too.
And what's the draw one?
They're all so cute.
Yeah.
We're a big YouTube fan. My kids watch YouTube more than they watch regular. We actually watch YouTube more
That's
than
all we watch in
regular.
our household.
Number 2, Zoe asked, I just got a puppy cocker spaniel. Any tips for puppy training? I'll be honest, so you can't ask anyone else.
That's not true. I did the potty training.
Did you?
Yes.
For me,
So
you
he's in the
didn't mouth
house.
a baby?
No, he does
No,
not.
he doesn't. Marley
No,
isn't
the
the
dog.
animal whisperer, so all animals listen to her. It's magical. We have no idea why. I did most of the dog training, and I watched YouTube videos, if that's any surprise, and that's how I figured out how to train the dog.
Bentley, come here.
My tip though would be to set a timer. You're supposed to do it like every 20 minutes or every 15 minutes, or every 30 minutes, however long you have to go to potty train your puppy. I would always forget, and so then Bentley would pee on the ground, and we would, hurry up and pick him and run through the house while he's peeing, and it was a mess. So we learned really fast.
Pick him up.
Because I didn't know what to do. It was
He's
my
a giant dog.
No, when he was a puppy. When he was real little, because he was little at one point. And then, so set a timer for every 15 minutes to remind yourself to take them out to potty train them.
Kids, This question is from Heather Pascal. She asked, who helps you with your homework?
Mommy and Daddy. Mommy and Daddy.
It's me.
It's all Jenna. I taught all day.
Mommy! Mommy!
Oh, I'm getting kicked out now? Hey, alright. Guys, this question is from Naturally Niani. She asked, what is the most difficult situation your family has had to overcome?
Like something really hard to do.
Yeah. What's like the hardest thing we ever had in front of us and we did it? We overcame it.
Getting enough money to go to Disney World.
Getting enough money to go to Disney World.
And that video will be in the comments. So you can see our Disney World videos. So
Yes.
you can go and see them if you haven't seen them yet.
What-
Don't forget to subscribe on those videos.
There you go. I mean, how can you say no to that situation?
Wait, I didn't get to go.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you think? What's the
This
hardest
is
thing?
kind of odd, but close. But
Yeah.
like, you want this pretty dress or this pretty dress?
Your decision making.
Question from Rezel asked kids, what is your favorite video game? Oh, okay.
Okay, my favorite video game, Wii U Minecraft, Roblox, last but not least, Splatoon that I want to play too on my game.
Marley, what's your favorite video game?
Mario, Minecraft, and Roblox.
If we're playing all together, we usually play Mario Kart 8. That's the family favorite.
Hey, we also play,
Regular Mario.
well, Daddy doesn't play it.
Daddy doesn't like it.
I don't like it. It makes me nervous all the time.
Anxious.
Question for both of you. Marley, what is your favorite song?
Shake it off.
Okay. Good answer, bro. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song is I Can Make Your Hands Clap.
I can make your hands clap.
That was completely on point. Good job, everybody. Next question. Kids, what do you enjoy most about your dad? That was from Time to Teach.
He does some of the weirdest stuff in the world.
All right, like what? What kind of weird stuff do I do?
Like, making a face on the toilet.
I did draw a face on the toilet.
Show that in our other video.
I don't think I
No.
didn't want to put a picture of our toilet. Okay.
Nobody wants to see our toilet.
Marley, what's your favorite thing about your dad?
You're the best dad.
Oh.
That you're crazy like me.
All right, we are pretty crazy like one another. All right, so next question. This is from our friend Mr. Riedel. What do you love most about each of your family members, and what do you each love most of, and what do each of them love most about you? What do you love most about mom? What's something you love about mommy?
She's kind of loving.
Kind of loving?
Kind of loving? Like sort of loving?
No, I
she's
said it.
kind-
Oh, am I kind and loving?
Yeah, you're kind.
Oh, thank you, honey.
You're
All right.
kind.
What about Brody? What do you love about Brody?
That he plays video games with me.
All right.
Yeah.
Jenna, do you prefer being called Jennifer or Jen?
Well, you just called me Jenai, which nobody knows, but that's my nickname. So my full name is Jennifer. I prefer to always go by Jen. But when I met CJ the summer that we met, a friend of ours made up the nickname Jenny, Jenai.
Jenny, 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 Jenny.
Jenai is what stuck, and so that was the summer that I was introduced to him. And it was just stuck as Jenai, and that's what everyone has called me ever since then.
Buddy Zone asked, have your children ever interviewed you? And what questions would they ask if they were to conduct the interview?
Mommy, are you ever done dishes?
No.
Nope. Answer to that is no. This is from Miss Kindergarten. What grades are the mini Reynolds going into? Brody, what grade are you going into next year?
4.
Mar?
Second.
Second. Are you sure? Okay. Alright, do you remember at the end of the last video, I said, if you want to ask any questions, go ahead and ask any questions, except you don't like being asked certain questions. And Marley said what?
Like, did you like peppers?
I'm not answering that one. Don't
Don't
even,
ask us about peppers.
don't even come at us with that pepper talk, because it's not happening. So someone wants to know, Brody, what is your favorite type of pepper?
The ones that are in the trash, and the ones that are not even there, the ones that are invisible and I can't even eat them
All right.
because I don't even like peppers.
The ones that are spicy.
The ones that aren't spicy.
Yeah.
Do you like peppers?
No.
No, I hate peppers.
Brody, what's your favorite vegetable?
2 hours later.
Oh yeah, it's broccoli. Yeah, sorry, that took 2,000 years. I should have a beard right now. Well, I am growing a mustache. Can I show them?
Mustache.
This includes the kid part of the night. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the grown-up part.
Yeah.
So those are our kids, and understandably, we will not involve them with the rest of this because that you missed the part where Marley scared Brody and he fell off the side of the table and took me down with him. So now we're just going to answer the rest of these questions by ourselves because most of the other ones are all for us. Zoe Guzman asked, so she asked the kids, but now I'm going to ask you, what YouTubers do we enjoy watching?
Put me on the spot. I feel
Bam. Did you ever watch Real Rap with the Reynolds?
This is my absolute favorite.
Awesome. So let's do this.
My must that I always watch are,
This is my whole life.
I love Casey Neistat, obviously, like who doesn't love him? They're just really entertaining. I also like Sarah Dietschy. I also like Peter McKinnon.
Say Gary Vaynerchuk.
Oh yeah.
From the teaching world, it's Miss May on One Fab Teacher, Classroom Diva, Fun for Louie. We watch, he travels around the world.
Raya was here, his girlfriend. She's super cute.
She wasn't here though.
Oh, I wish she was.
I bet no one's ever made that joke before.
Belief in Fatherhood.
Oh, Belief in Fatherhood.
We also watched Apples and Tiaras, Genuine Teaching.
Got you. I got you, girl.
I mean, there's a lot that we glance at a lot of them all throughout, you know.
We go through spurts in different people. We won't watch someone for a while and then we'll watch like all their videos
Kate
at
the
one
Sleepy
time.
Teacher, always.
Yes.
She's Life in Kafupa Land. She's really funny. Darren
Nakakihara. How's that for the people that don't know what I'm talking about right now? Just think I'm yelling at the camera, but it's because I mess everyone's name up, and I finally learned someone's name. I'm like a little bit pumped about it. I'm not even sure I say it 100% correct. But you know what?
We kind of hope that you say it correctly.
I go for 90% perfection.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Melanie Flucky asked, when and where did you and your wife meet, and when did you get married?
You go ahead, you're the storyteller of the relationship.
Which is why I have a YouTube channel. So I had a friend, my friend John Feen, told me about this girl that he knew that he thought I would like, and so we went over her house, and this is all public knowledge now, so I can say this stuff out loud. She was grounded for the summer. I was not. I used to go down to her house every single day, but I didn't want to come on too strong, so I just pretended to be friends with her brother so that I could go and hang out with her. She was always in her room, which was right next to the bathroom, so I used to go and act like I had to go to the bathroom a lot. And now we just cruise by and say, what's up? She had a boyfriend at the time, though, but I make quick work of that dude. That was 22 years ago this summer, and then, so that was my senior year of high school, your not senior year of high school, and then we got married. Took a while to get married. Took a little bit of time to get married. I had to make sure that she was a good person. So it may have taken 9 to 10 years.
9 long years.
So, but look, man.
I'm glad I hung in there.
Me too. Hi Desert Hottie asked, my question for you is how do you balance your work responsibilities, grading and prep work with family life? I just feel it out. I don't really bring anything home. I try to bring the least amount of stuff home that I can, and then I spend the time with my family at night. If I have to, I'll a lot of times just give my kids stuff to do. So like they'll grade with me, or if you got 100 on a paper, or if you got like an A, we'll say I'll have my kids like, we'll draw a picture on your paper, and my students always love that. So if I can involve them in the process, then it just makes it like I'm not really working at home, because I'm tricking them into thinking that we're just spending time together, which we are, but they're just getting work done for dad.
Do I ever do any grading for you?
You do grading. You do grading.
You totally left me out of that.
I did, but you like to do grading.
I do.
She's too fair though. She has like pity on kids and stuff. She's like, oh, that C kind of looks like an E. Just give it to him. Like, nope, wrong. Kate the Sleepy Teacher asked, on a serious note, how does the family deal with summer vibes Reynolds versus school Reynolds? Maybe you could speak to this, because I think I know what I would say, but you might be different.
I think I would say there's not that much of a difference.
That would be my answer.
Yeah, he's just weird all the time. Like, all the time. First thing in the morning when he gets up, the weirdness begins. So there's really not a whole lot of difference.
I mean, she's right. I'm not going to argue with that. I love it. This is from Loves Lagos. I like your cat in your profile picture. That's adorable. From the little that we've seen of your wife, she seems very shy. Was it an opposites attract thing? Are you shy?
I mean, kinda. Like, I guess I'm not really shy. You know, the camera isn't, it's awkward to talk to a lens. And so I think I've gotten more used to it because it's there a lot, but overall I'm not really shy. I'm also just never camera ready. Like, you know, I'm busy like picking up after everybody. Washing dishes, doing laundry. I am just busy and I work really long hours, so sometimes I don't have makeup on, my hair is pulled up in a ponytail. I don't want to be on a camera then. So, you know, I'm not really shy.
Was it opposites attract kind of a thing? I don't know.
No.
I always liked tough girls. Like, even when I was in high school, man, I liked girls that had like tattoos on their necks and stuff and like big earrings with their names in them. Like, I just like chicks that look like they're gonna just beat somebody up. And so
is that what I look like?
So that's what attracted me to you, because you looked like a bullfighter to me. Was it opposites attract kind of a thing, do you think?
No, I loved your long flowing hair.
I did used to have beautiful long flowing hair.
No, it was his sense of humor that got, I mean, he's handsome and his sense of humor was wonderful, and I'm a good audience, I laugh at everything, and so we just paired really nicely together.
We do. This is from Liz Polly. Oh, this is Liz from before. Liz Polly. So, thanks, Liz.
Just Liz.
Liz, you're probably the greatest person ever. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your last name. I don't mean any disrespect. How does it feel being married to a teacher? I think it's weird being married to a teacher, or like what stands out about being married to a teacher?
I would say I have more gripes about being married to a teacher. Like, meaning like, I just know how hard teachers work. I know that they're underpaid. I know that the work is never done. So if they're balancing family life and kids, like that's really difficult for teachers. Like I see that it's difficult. I see that it's busy helping kids and you want to help everybody. And so, yeah, I just see the struggle. Those are like probably my gripes. Like those are the things that I think it's hard to be, because I see what you want to do as a teacher. Other than that, I love it.
It's good to know. This is bringing up some good stuff for us to be able to talk about. It's like counseling without a counselor. Liz also asked, do you feel like you ever miss out on your kids' school events because you have your own to attend? Nope, I would never miss something of my kids because of school, and but that's never even come up yet, so we'll see in the future, but family is first for me.
Well, side note of that, he just has a really great school. Like his school knows
true.
that
Absolutely.
Family comes first. And so when there are times that in the beginning of the year or at the very end of the year when you have, you know, little programs for kids when they're in pre-K and kindergarten and all those sort of things, you've had things that kind of conflicted, and when he went to the principal, it was like a no-brainer. The principal was like, oh no, go be with your family, of course.
Well, even when my brother got married, so my brother got married out in California, Southern California, in Ventura, and he wanted us to fly out, and the kids were gonna have to miss a week of school. I would have to miss a week of school. I went to the principal and like asked, expecting to be told no, and he was like, oh, of course, you're going, right? And I thought, well, I don't know. He goes, well, this is your only brother, right? I said, yeah. He goes, well, absolutely, you should go. And then he goes, well, you're going to do Disney while you're out there too, right? And I'm like, you're the greatest human being. You're the best. He's the best principal I could hope for. Yep. Stephanie Clark asked, any advice for work-life balance? Stephanie, we get this a lot. What would you say to work-life balance? Because it might be different than what I would say. And I'm always talking to this thing.
No, I think it's true with the things that you talk about. I think it looks different if you have a family, like with kids and stuff, or if you don't. I think if you don't, you have to just, it's endless. The job is endless and you can spend tons of hours in it. So I think the important thing is to find those things that you love and make time for them. You have to like actually be, specific about setting out time to do those things that you love because they're rejuvenating. And I think that that's for anybody in any life circumstance. I think life is just really busy and we have to make the time or it just doesn't happen.
Well, and be real deliberate. Like we used to talk about how when I first started teaching, you felt like you and I weren't spending enough time together.
Yeah.
And so when we were spending time together, it was like noting that moment. Like
we're spending time together.
Hey, look, we are spending time. We're in love right now. We're spending time together. Can we even just remind ourselves of that right now? Because that's what we're doing.
Oh, this is total lost time. They're in there. It's quiet.
It's magical. It's like a unicorn might run through the room. You just never know.
Oh wait, so if you have a family and you're a teacher in the work-life balance, I think it's about incorporating them into the things that you're doing, like he already talked about. And I think it's also being deliberate for anything that you do. So when you're spending time with the kids or whatever it is that you're doing with the kids, I think it's really easy to try and multitask because that's what we do in life all the time. So whether you're on your phone, finally trying to enjoy something that you're doing while they're playing at the park, I think it's important to just be deliberate in whatever you're doing. And that's not easy, but I think that that's a way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. This is from Evelyn. Oh my gosh.
Stop. I don't know either.
See? This is from Evelyn L. What would you like to pass on to your kids? What attribute? So let's do this. I'm going to say for you, what attribute I would like my kids to have is your amazing sense of organization, number one, and your passion for your kids. Like you would get in a street fight for your children.
I would.
I think that is awesome. Yes.
So for you, I would want my children to have the positive outlook that you generally have on everything, most of the time. And I would say...
Right out.
I would say your confidence. I think confidence is because I'm not a confident person generally, and I see that I love the confidence, and I hope my children are confident in who they are, because if you're not confident in yourself, no one's going to be.
Rezel asked, before you were a teacher, what job did you have, or what job did you dislike the most and why? I'll tell you what, man.
I know.
I worked at Taco Bell for 30 days, and it was the worst. At one time, blew up the whole sour cream thing all over my shirt. It was super embarrassing. It sucked. But since then, I've had tons of crappy jobs, and I just have decided to make them fun. Like when I worked at the $1 movie theater, where no one ever showed up. I just ate popcorn and drank free soda all day. It was awesome.
Hands in my face.
Working at Home Depot. I was once a greeter at Home Depot, where I stood at the door and said, "Hey, welcome to Home Depot. Can I help you find anything?" Best
you love
job.
that job.
Super fun.
You love that job.
What other crappy jobs have I had that have been awesome? Worked in the mall. When you grow up in Jersey, you work in the mall. It's like Fast Times at Ridgemont High here. That you've had? You worked at the Hallmark store one time.
I actually liked the Hallmark store. You like file cards and put them away. I'm an organizer.
That sounds awesome.
It was not.
Let's go do that now.
It was fun.
When we're done this, let's go file cards.
No, I find like I like redundancy in jobs a lot of times. Like that stuff doesn't bother me because I don't know, I'm weird.
That's when we match.
Yeah, and I'm also the same way as CJ. Like I just have fun in whatever I do, for the most part. I mean, you're young and so moody. I don't know, but overall, I was able to laugh at and have fun at my jobs, and I usually made friends with my coworkers. So.
Cool, good answer. Let's go back to Mr. Riedel's question. What do you love most about each of your family members? So what do you love most about? We've already kind of talked about ourselves, but because we said what attributes, but what do you love most about the kids?
Oh, well, they're my kids, so I love everything about them.
Seriously?
They do no wrong. No, I love that Marley's really funny and really silly, just like her dad. She totally has your sense of humor.
I love that too.
both of my kids have very, very kind hearts and are very compassionate and loving for other people. And that's super important to me.
I mean, my favorite thing about Brody, period, is his heart. He's so loving and kind, and he has a best friend, Grayson, that he's known since he was born. They're both, Grayson's still 9, Brody just turned 10. And every time they see each other, if Grayson goes away for a week and he comes home, they run down the block and hug one another. And it is like the sweetest thing that you ever saw in your life. And Marley, Marley just kind of goes with the flow with things. Like, she doesn't get so mad that people aren't doing what she wants to do. She loves her brother like crazy. And I adore that as well. And that's something that I think we've worked really hard on too, is like getting our kids to get along. And we remind them all the time. I'm not just gonna hope that they're friends or that they stay connected when they're older. I tell them all the time, like, you guys are like best friends. And then the other day, who said this? Oh, I go, you guys are like best friends. Brody says, we're closer than that, Dad. We're brother and sister. And Marley goes, yeah, we share blood. And Brody goes, we do? And then I hear from the other room, hey, Dad, do we share blood? And I said, yep. And he goes, oh, that was kind of hilarious.
I would say about Brody that he doesn't even realize how funny he is.
He has no clue.
One of like the most endearing and sweet little parts of him is that he comes out with these things, and I don't think he realizes how funny he is.
Nope.
So
Hilarious.
he doesn't always catch sarcasm.
Unfortunately.
But I think that as he gets older, he will start to become more aware of how funny he really is.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And Brody has the most amazing imagination ever.
Oh.
I can't wait to see
He's
how
like Secret Life of Walter Mitty, that kid.
Yeah, oh yeah, right? So I can't wait to see how that translates in his life into adulthood and into a job, because I think it's going to be something that he's super creative with.
It's awesome. Jennifer Roshto asked, was your daughter's name inspired by the movie Marley and Me? Jennifer, let me tell you about the movie Marley and Me. My daughter saw that movie at the library. She wanted to watch it. We brought it home. It got too sad for her and she went to bed. We ended up finishing it. And it was one of the saddest movies I ever saw in my life, and I was mad that I even watched it. People always ask that. That's where we got her name from. And her name kind of came from 2 places. One, it came from that movie I Am Legend, because that was Will Smith's kid. He got killed in the zombie apocalypse. That was her name. And when Brody was little, my kids' music greatly affected them. And so if Marley was in the car and either I sang, or here's the fun one, if I played Radiohead songs, Marley would immediately calm down. It was like magic. Brody, the only thing that calmed him when he was a baby was listening to Bob Marley. And if we put Bob Marley on, immediately he would calm down. And so that's why we named her Marley, because, and to be honest, like, she drives him nuts a lot of the time, but she absolutely keeps him calm, and they're best buds. And so it's really fitting that that's her name. If you give a teacher a classroom asked, what is your favorite color and ice cream flavor of choice? We should ask the kids this one. I could tell you the kids.
Guys, come in here real fast.
Don't trip over anything. Marley, what's your favorite color and your favorite ice cream flavor?
Light blue is my favorite color, and
what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oreo!
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
And what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
My chocolate chip. Water ice.
Wow.
Which is not ice cream.
But it's his favorite for both.
Yes. What's my favorite color?
Orange.
Yes.
Stop, I hate
It's
these.
orange, by the way, and you live in New Jersey.
Orange.
It's orange.
Orange.
What's my favorite
Ice cream
flavor?
Chocolate?
No. Wait.
Mint chocolate chip?
Your favorite color
No,
is...
wait, whoa, you gotta tell us what it is.
Oh, it's mint chocolate chip.
Okay.
Your favorite color is gray.
Very, very dark gray.
Your favorite ice cream flavor is butternut squash.
That's not true.
Okay. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
I just like chocolate.
All right. That's very boring, but... Okay,
Well, my favorite color is gray. I mean, just not roll like, woo.
I'll just have gray and chocolate. Gray and chocolate.
Yeah, but, yeah, okay.
It's all right. Miss Kindergarten asked, do you feel pressure as a parent who's a teacher to have your kids be at the top of their class, both in academics and behavior? And she said, by the way, Brody has the best birth date. I'm assuming that you just had a birthday too. And if you did, happy birthday, Miss Kindergarten. I don't feel pressure at all. I don't think that what I choose to do should at all reflect on my kids.
They're their own people. They're their own person. Like, you know, so what they excel in or struggle in has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Nope, no pressure. I do feel pressure to get all of our homework done though, because Dad's a teacher.
Better get it done, kids.
Which sometimes I don't.
Lynn asked, what is it like to have a teacher who is a dad, and what is it like to have to be a dad who is a teacher? Does that affect how you deal/talk with your kids' teachers? So Lynn, I think the kids already kind of spoke to that when they said I wasn't any different.
Yeah.
Than they
Especially
thought.
because you don't do homework with them. Like, I think it would be different if like the teacher in the household was the person who did the homework with the kids, but you're not, and I'm the homework doer, and so yeah, it's kind of not relevant in our house. There's no.
And I also don't think I talk to the kids any different. I mean, I will say this: having kids gives me grace for the children I have at school, right? So like anything that I know about my own children and the way that they learn and the stuff that they do, it gives me grace for kids at home. But I will say that sometimes stuff happens at school, and if I come home and my kids are displaying a similar behavior to something that annoyed me during the day, it pisses me off like quicker, and I have to really catch myself and realize that they're like my sweet little children. Like they weren't the ones that were at school with me all day doing that thing, so I need to like check myself and not be aggravated with them. I think that's all the questions. Anything else you want to add?
No, thanks for always watching. We appreciate it.
Dude, it's the best. I'll tell you what my favorite thing is, real quick, if you're still watching this, is I love when people comment, and then I love answering their comments, because it becomes something that's not just about us or our family, but it becomes something that includes you as well. And being able to meet people, I mean, is one of my favorite things in the whole world. Like if I had to have a hobby, one of my hobbies is probably making friends. And for real, right?
I know.
And I love the communication between everyone. Don't forget, guys, if we can help you out with anything, please leave a comment in the section below, and we'd be happy to get back to you. Sometimes that takes a little time, because as the channel's growing, we're getting more and more comments, and that's just even more awesome. But I like to give like thoughtful replies to all the comments that we get, so it takes a little bit of time.
Make sure to smash that like button. But make sure to not break your phone or tablet.
Don't break your phone or tablet.
Subscribe.
Thank you.
Subscribe.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.
Peace.